Welcome back out to Blue River Reservoir. I'm Tobin. Down below me on the rocks is my DOG. I'm not going to say her name. She's starting to talk again. We've been hiking and playing. I wanted to get out here and do a review before the rains come. We have a week of rain coming after today. Today is Thursday, the 20th. Tomorrow, the 21st, Rise of a New Era. I also have the matching splash. I'll show you that in a minute in the post-shave. Rise of a New Era, the latest collaboration between Rich Hansen and Pete Hendrix. It is a clone of Mont Blanc's Legend, and it's spot on, and it's absolutely delicious. Just a second ago, I sprayed a little bit of water on my face. I'm going to apply the Tube 2.0, my go-to pre-shave. That is the cube in a travel container. It's about 65 degrees, pretty warm for a March day in the Pacific Northwest. Not hot, but warm. I'll take it. Very happy with the weather. I actually thought it was going to be raining today. Today is my Saturday. Excuse me. I received this on Monday, and I've shaved with it every day since and worn it on the back of my hand. My wife gives it a 10, and Emily gives it a 9. Absolutely amazing fragrance. Before I talk about the comparisons with Abercrombie's Fitch or Gondolier or any of the other fragrances that you might be thinking of when I talk of Mont Blanc's Legend, for those who might not know, let's talk about the scent notes first. Luna. In the top, we have lavender, pineapple, bergamot, and lemon verbena. 26 millimeter Ultra Luxe Rich Man Shaving. So this is the guy that, in case you don't know, the collaboration, Rich Man Shaving. Rich Hansen is the brush artisan, and for years he was a content creator, doing shave videos like I'm doing now. I think it's been a while since he's done his last one. I'll put a link to his Etsy, his Instagram, and his YouTube in the comments, in the section below. In the middle, we have red apple, dried fruits, oak moss, geranium, coumarin, and rose. The base is tonka bean and sandalwood. My bowl, I've already scooped using my HC&C scoop. Real quick before I forget, I did not pay for the soap and splash. They were sent to me for review from Pete at Hendrix Classics. Thanks again, Pete. So this is a 26 millimeter Ultra Luxe Badger Knot, and it is absolutely fabulous. The bowl is from my friend Trevor, a lifelong friend of the family. The brush and the razor that I'm using today are both on loan. Luna, that's enough. Are both on loan from Chris Williams, aka DE Razor Shaving. I didn't shake much water out of this knot. I left it pretty wet, but I think that's going to be to my advantage here in a second. I did it on purpose. Trevor, I've known his dad since I was 13. I met him in 8th grade, and we were best friends from that basically day one on. It didn't take long for us to become good friends. Best friends throughout high school. He was a redhead just like I am, and unfortunately we lost Aaron 12 or 14 years ago now in a traffic accident. His son Trevor is a redhead just like his father, and he's like a distant son, maybe more like a distant nephew. I don't get to see him a whole lot too often. Right now he's living in southern Washington, not far from Portland. And I had dinner with him and his grandmother not too long ago, and when we met up, he gave me this bowl. And I mentioned in my last video when I used this that he has them now on Etsy for $25. He's actually got them listed for $19.99. And so I'll have Trevor's Etsy in the description as well. Look at that already. I'm going to have to add more water here in a second once I get it on the face and I start getting it whipped up into the cube. into the pre-shave that I have on my beard already. Just right down here, I have a mirror. I got 2 stools to my left and to my right. You'll see that in the B-roll if you stick around for it. In the B-roll, I record that before I do the shave. And I share a 360 of my surroundings and my setup. This Ultra Luxe, I had always wanted one, but I never pulled the trigger. Like a lot of handcrafted artisan brushes, they're not cheap, and there's just so many great artisans and stuff like that out there. I'd always been tempted to pull the trigger on one, but I never did. My friend Chris Williams said that he would loan me his, and that he'd also loan me this razor that I've wanted to try. The razor's been discontinued for years now. It's this guy, the DOC Evolution Aluminus from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Very aggressive, also known as the Beard Slayer. But this I can't say enough good things about it. I've reached out to Rich Hansen to see if I can get him to make me a brush. Chris Williams is also talking about trading this with me. I would love to trade with him. These are known as the Blood Oath series. So inside we actually have a Wizamet blade, and now I have a first use Wizamet loaded in my, not in mine, but in Chris's Evolution razor. And then so you got like the blood going, so that's where you get the Blood Oath name coming in there. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And this Ultra Luxe knot, I mean, the name fits. It's like ultra luxury. It really is. Now that I've used this one, I legit want 2 or 3 more. So let's talk about this fragrance a little bit. First, so here's our razor, right? On the bottom, it actually has a date code, a very straightforward date code. I'll try and remember to put a photo of it right up here. PAA 1016, so October of 2016. Extremely aggressive. I've shaved with it six times. Twice I got myself. Just in case it's too much out here with this lighting and the mirror and whatnot, I did bring this guy. So if I change razors, I don't expect to, but if I change razors, I'll pause the video real quick and switch out the blade. This is an aromatic fougere. With this razor, you really want to ride the cap. For new wet shavers, what I mean by ride the cap is basically instead of an angle, you want to kind of have it more against the skin like this, to where you're literally almost putting the cap flat against the face. If you don't, it'll get you. So, I heard something in front of me. We're out here all alone. I haven't seen anyone in a long time. You start off with the lavender, and that's kind of, this is an aromatic fougere, fresh aromatic fougere. And that lavender kicks us off with that aromatic fragrance. This is an absolute crowd pleaser, the kind of fragrance that wherever you go, you're going to get compliments. I got 2 the 3 days that I wore it to work. The citruses, it's not like a strong citrus like with some fragrances. Extremely well balanced, complex fragrance. That lemon verbena is helping to create that aromaticness right off the top. No, she's literally in the water. She's a nut. She's my nut. Hold still. Easy. Steady now. Drying out a little bit over here. The geranium is a green aromatic. Green undertones coming from that. Maybe a little rosy. Sounds like she's entertaining herself in the water. She has a sister coming eventually. A few weeks ago, some German Shepherd pups were born. And so here in the next month or two, about 2 months, we hope to, less than that now, hope to bring one of them home. That's the plan. And I think it'll be much needed for her. Until Sakari passed away on December 8th, she hasn't ever been without another dog. You know, we brought her home from her siblings, you know, her litter and her mom, and then she spent 3 years with Sakari, and then so the last 4 or 5 months without Sakari, I've definitely noticed a little bit of a difference in her overall demeanor, and just a little more needy when it comes to attention and stuff like that. She's literally right behind me waiting for me to throw a rock. Hi, can you go find a stick? I'm going to throw you a rock. You're insisting, huh? You came all the way up here to tell me. Ready? You've been playing for a couple of hours. What was I saying? Oh, let's talk about the coumarin. So coumarin is something else I wanted to point out to you. The coumarin is bringing out a warmness in this. The oak moss and the tonka bean is helping to create this masculine vibe to the fragrance. This is a soft, delicate fragrance, but at the same time, there's a masculinity to it. This is a fragrance that you can wear anywhere, everywhere, any day of the week. (2011) is when it came out. Now, a lot of people will talk about Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. I got it a little wet, but that's okay. But by the time I hit it with the razor, will be just fine. I got it a lot wetter than I wanted it. That's all right. Shaving outdoors is a whole new animal, fellas. Got the light behind me. So this came out in 2011, and a lot of people will tell you that Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce smells exactly like Mont Blanc Legend. When actually it'd be Legend smells exactly like Fierce, because Fierce came out in 2002. This came out in 2011. However, at first glance, I agree, they smell identical. But once you dive into it, there's a lot of differences. Parfum de Marly's Percival smells similar, but different. Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Gondolier smells similar, but different. One place that Legend really stands out is when you get into the middle, into the heart, and those dried fruits. It's not a strong fruitiness, not by any means whatsoever. That red apple is bringing a sweet, liveliness to it. The dried fruits, you know, think of like apricots and dates and that kind of thing. At no particular time do I really pick out any one note per se. This is one of those fragrances that is so well crafted and so well blended that it is a challenge to truly pick out one note for any real duration at all, because it's, you know, it's just like it's an orchestra, like I've talked about before, to where you have a cello playing by itself. You can hear every note and every single thing that cello does. But then once you start adding, you know, other instruments into it, and by the time you get to a 50-piece or an 80-piece orchestra, picking out the cello is difficult. But if you were to remove the cello, you'd notice it. oak moss, geranium, coumarin, and rose is the rest of the middle. There's some similarities that go on with the other, but that red apple and the dried fruits, the way that everything is laid out, it's that for me, the real difference starts in the middle. And if you really dissect it down next to Fierce, what Mont Blanc did is they took the DNA of Fierce, in my opinion, and they built upon it. They, tried to build a better mousetrap. Percival is kind of the same thing from Parfum de Marly, except for you're getting that niche flair to it. Gondolier. I absolutely love Gondolier from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, just like I love this fragrance. With it, I have the solid, I have the EDP, the soap, the bath bar, the shampoo, the soap and splash, the star jelly. Is that everything? I think that's everything. I love it. And this fragrance is right there in that same vein, that same kind of fragrance. Damn fine shave. I don't think I got myself, did I? I'm just going to go with the 2-pass, guys, for time. We're already at 16 minutes. If you've ever enjoyed Luna, that's enough. If you've ever enjoyed Fierce, I can't recommend buying this set enough. In the sales page, you'll notice that, that I wanted to mention too, before I forget, in the sales page, crud, I'm going to put it right here. Part of what the title of this fragrance, I love that label. You guys see that label? I hope my photos, it's hard to tell when I'm out here. I tried to really capture this label. It's, in part for the eclipse that's coming up. And I didn't know until I was talking with Pete that there's an eclipse coming on the 8th. But like when you hold this metallic label, these labels are so badass, and especially this one. This may be my favorite. Year of the Dragon was a killer label, but this one, when you hold it just right and you turn it, it almost looks like the flames are moving. It's freaking epic. But Rich Hansen in that sales page, Pete does a big tip of the cap to Rich Hansen, and Rich is extremely talented. You can see that in his brushes, and if you ever go through and look at his Instagram, he makes some just freaking killer brushes. Hi. As of right now, we're going to name her sister Athena. It's not from the same. It's from the same breeder, but they're no longer breeding her mom and dad. They only do a couple of litters, and then they retire them. The family that we get them from, the members at our church that we go to, and so we're friends with them through church. And they let me pause it. Well, here, enjoy the lake real quick. Still have these guys in my backpack. We're friends with them though through church. Is how we got to know them. And she is a nurse, and he, the husband, is a retired Fed. Was it FBI? One of those, I forget. But so now what he does since his retirement is he raises German Shepherds, and that's how we got Luna. And they only do, like I said, a couple of litters, and so we're getting her sister, if you will, not biological sister, but from them. And Emily really likes the name Athena, and it's a female. We haven't met her yet. She's only 2 weeks old now. But I can't wait. I forget exactly what I was saying. There's a car passing by on the road up there, and throwing the rock for the dog, and grabbing this, and being a freaking scatterbrain. Hey, how you doing? My name's Tobin, I think. Yeah. Rise of a new era. Oh, peat. This is such a premium, elegant, just badass fragrance. If you guys have ever experienced Mont Blanc Legend, or if you've ever experienced Fierce, or PAA's Gondolier, Parfum de Marly's Percival, you know what type of fragrance this is or what to expect. And then when you know peat and the quality of fragrance oils that he pursues and purchases, this doesn't disappoint. From the fragrance to the label, the performance of the soap and the splash, the fragrance, the splash alone is going to last right around 8 to 10 hours. He should, I didn't ask, he's been doing it with all of them. He'll have the EDP, that's a 35% concentration. It's what, a 2-ounce bottle for 40 bucks. I'm going to have to buy one. I got Year of the Dragon in Molnair not too long ago. Molnair, oh my gosh, if you put that EDP on of Molnair, it's one of those ones that it lasts like 18 to 24 hours. Like, I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating. It's a 35% concentration of perfume, fragrance oils that's in the bottle, and then just the composition of those oils, it just lasts forever, ever. Showing up on screen. Did I get it out far enough? She won't go out that far. She'll watch it though. Mysterium Serum, my go-to post-shave balm. What? You want it closer? Part of the B-roll I'll show you guys. Me tossing the rocks back and forth off of this ledge that I'm on. Yeah. I want to thank you guys for joining us out here. It really is the little big things, like beating the rainstorm. Did I already say? Got a week-long rainstorm coming. Check out Rich Hanson's Instagram if you want to see some killer brushes. Check out Trevor's Etsy and Rich Hanson's Etsy for the shade bowl and brushes. Generally, Rich is a busy guy and he doesn't have a whole lot listed on his Etsy. If you want to commission him, I'd recommend reaching out to him on Instagram, send him a DM. Or on Facebook, and again in the link will be the Rich Man Shaving Facebook group. Good stuff, Maynard. As always, Pete has done it. Once again, another killer fragrance, another killer collaboration. Hats off, gentlemen. I want to thank you all again for joining me. I love you long time. Until next time, in the den, you guys take care. Have a great weekend. Say goodbye. Speak. Stubborn. All he wants to do is talk. Bye. Love you. Welcome to the B-roll. As always, I'm recording this before I do the shave. That there is Miss Luna. I've been here for a few hours, and of course she wants to continue to play. She'll let me throw rocks all day. Bay gum was shot from across the way there. See that log there? The exact spot that I was at is now underwater. Got some bungees hooked into the stump there, bringing it down to me. Luna, that's enough. Go get a stick. Bundabeard was shot from up there. Somewhere right in there is where I was standing, but the camera was facing out that way. Thanks again for joining us out here. Thanks again, Pete. One more. We'll get the shave going, right? Yeah. Take care, guys.